Hello there, Scorpio. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of June 3rd through the 9th. I have gone ahead and cleared the deck for our reading, and I am just putting the final shuffle on the cards right now. Meanwhile, what you need to know is that this is a general reading, so not everything that I see here will apply to every single Scorpio that watches this video. You may want to find more information with your rising sign or your moon sign. If you do have something big on your mind that you're trying to make a decision about and you would like some extra spiritual insight to help you make that decision, feel free to contact me for a private reading. You can find my contact information on my website, which is www.amista.info. INFO. Once you're there, all my contact information is there. I would recommend either call, text, or Skype me. That's the quickest way to get through to me, and we'll get you taken care of as quickly as possible. So, let's see what we have coming up, fellow Scorpios, for the week for ourselves. What we have showing up in our environment, which is any place where we have energy or effort invested. Usually it shows up as home, but I have seen it come up as work, school, etc. So, what I'm seeing here, what I'm seeing here is that we are really appreciating the environment that we're in. We are so happy to be where we are. And I totally relate to this. I have, like, the place that I live in is so beautiful. Every time I go for a walk, I just think, wow, I live in the most beautiful place in the whole wide world. And I love my apartment that I rent. I mean, a lot of people would think it's old and run down, whatever, but I really love it. So this is all about that type of attitude, that attitude of whatever your environment is, whether it's your home, your work, your school, whatever it is, about really being glad to be in that environment and seeing all the benefits and the things that make you happy about that environment during this week. So that's pretty cool, actually. I like seeing that. The next thing that comes up for us looks at subconscious leanings. And so when I'm looking at our subconscious leanings, there is some kind of struggle that we've been going through. The way this card comes up and how it feels to me, I think this has been sort of an ongoing struggle. I feel like it's been playing out mostly in the background of our lives. It's not something that, is taking front burner, so to speak, but it is something that has been going on, and it has maybe even distracted us from what we would normally do. And so in our subconscious minds, we're working on, okay, how can we eliminate this? This is enough of an issue that we need to eliminate this struggle. How can we take care of that, resolve this issue so that it's not something that distracts us from everyday life anymore? The next thing that I have coming up talks to me about our learning style and also our communication style. So, what I have here for learning style, we are very curious, especially as it comes through this week. And so we are just finding information in all kinds of ways. It could be that we're doing some book learning, as I like to say, if somebody's going to school or whatever. For some of us, definitely we are, because there's a lot of information that we're picking up this week, definitely. For others of us, whatever we're learning is more self directed. It's what are we curious about? What do we want to know about? We're out there researching, finding things out. Now, as far as communication style, I really feel like in our communication style for this week, we are being wide open. And for some of us, this can be a really good thing. For others of us, I think that this may be we may be being open enough that it's making some of the people around us uncomfortable, because we're water signs. We're comfortable with our emotions. We can share them. We don't, I mean, we're kind of a secretive sign, but we are very comfortable with who we are and how we feel, and we can share that with just about anybody if we decide to. And it looks to me like we're being so open that other people may be uncomfortable with some of the things that we're sharing this week. And they may be kind of wishing that maybe we weren't quite so open. I think we may be sort of knocking them a little bit off balance at how much we're actually sharing. And I don't think that applies to everyone. I think that applies to certain particular people in our experience. We're not being that dramatically open with everyone, but with certain people, we're being open enough to throw them off balance. Now, the next thing that we have coming up talks to me about work. And so for work, we have the type of work where we make a living, and we also have the type of work where we work on our own character, our own integrity. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that, guys. Let's see. So, what I've got coming up for work that has to do with money, it looks like things are sort of blocked off for us. They're kind of slow moving. There's not the energy around us is sort of stilted or blocked. We may have some obstacles that we need to work through on an energetic level just so that work can go better for us this week. And as far as inner work, what do we have going on here? I think that we need to check in with ourselves. I think we're going to be checking in with ourselves to see what's going on with our emotions as we go through this week, because it feels like we've just been drained. We've just been drained of emotions. It's almost like we've poured out so much of emotion that now we're just like we have nothing left to give in that area. And you guys know for a Scorpio to get there, that's kind of a big deal. And so we're feeling emotionally depleted. This may even be affecting us at a physical level where we're feeling physically tired and lack of energy, apathy. We may even just be feeling less than 100% as far as our health goes. So I think that it's time to rejuvenate. And I think that our work is actually going to be to realize that it's time to rejuvenate and to let that process begin to happen during this week. The next thing I have coming up for us Scorpios has to do with that part of us that's being grown or expanded right now. What I'm showing here is a situation or maybe even multiple situations where we're having a hard time letting go of something. There's something that's perfectly acceptable and appropriate to let go of, and we know that we need to let go of it, and yet for whatever reason, we're having a hard time actually doing that, okay? And so that's where we're growing and expanding and coming to terms with this and getting better at doing this, hopefully. We pretty much have an insane level of loyalty, a lot of us Scorpios, and we may be having issues with that loyalty kicking in and taking over when our logic is saying, whoa, this is a done deal. Okay. So the next thing that I'm looking at for us has to do with things that we stand for. I think we're feeling really indecisive about something here, Scorpios. And as we are dealing with that indecision, there's somebody around us that's saying, why? Why don't you know? I mean, haven't you seen enough evidence? Don't you know what this answer should be? Don't you know what you should be doing in this situation? And we're going to be standing up for, hey, you know what? Maybe my mind is telling me one thing, but maybe my heart is telling me something else. So I haven't really made my decision yet. I'm still confused, and it's okay. I'll get to the decision when I get to the decision. Now, how other people perceive us. They're seeing us as having an interesting life. Anything but boring is how they see us. They see our life as anything but boring, and they see us as anything but boring. Okay? Now, the next thing that we have shows me the pivotal energy for the week. This is where things start to actually change around us during the week. And so this pivotal energy really talks to me about we're getting into a place where we're empowered. We're getting our groove back. We're getting our mojo back. We're coming into that place where, our health that we were maybe worried about because things were blocked energetically and things were blocked whenever it comes to work. We are getting through those blockages. We're doing the work that it takes to get through those at a spiritual level. And we're coming into a place of empowerment now because we have done that work. As that's going on, as we are feeling more empowered, it does look like there's some kind of situation. This kind of ties in with our struggle about having a hard time letting something go. So there is a situation coming up here where we were feeling like we were being depleted and we were not getting enough out of a situation that we were putting effort and energy into. And this could be a work situation or it could be a personal situation. Um, yes, could be either way, actually. So there's going to be some of us, this is work, and some of us, it's personal. For some of us, this will be about a friendship or a family. For some of us, it'll be about a romantic interest or partner, or ex-partner, I should say, that we were trying to let go and we were having a hard time. I see us getting back into that situation with that person, or with that, if we have a situation at work with, that situation, with that friend, with that family member, whatever it is, that situation where we felt like we were being depleted and we were trying to just let that thing go. I see us walking back into that as we feel more empowered. And so I think that as we're feeling more empowered, we're hoping that because we now feel like we have gotten our mojo back, now we can handle this better. That's what we're hoping for. I won't say that that's guaranteed with this card, because it's not. It absolutely isn't. But I'm saying that's the reason why we're even considering getting back into this situation, is because we are feeling like we've got our power back. We are feeling strong enough that maybe we can handle this differently this time and we can do this. Also, as we're getting back into this situation, as we're feeling empowered, there is something that we are learning, new information that we are figuring out or putting together. I don't feel like this is new information that's being revealed to us. I feel like this is information that's probably been under our noses the whole time, that we're just like, oh, that makes sense. That helps me understand what happened there. Okay, now I get it. And we end up during this week sometime, we are going to be trying to figure out, after we're feeling more empowered, we are going to be trying to figure out, okay, which is the best pathway to fulfillment for me? Is it going to be sticking back with this thing that we've gone back into that we were trying to get rid of? Or is it going to be venturing out on our own, taking these new things that we've just learned and using those lessons to help us move forward? We are going to be called upon to make a decision about what direction we want to take once we get into the week a little bit. Okay, so that's the reading I have for us Scorpios. I hope that you found it helpful. And for those of you who would like to schedule a private reading or even a private Reiki session, all you have to do is contact me to do that. All my contact information is on my website, which you can find at www.amista.info. Once you've contacted me, I can usually get people through and have a fantastic week. Peace out.